TheAtlantic.com. Thursday, as the questioning by the Senate Judiciary Committee members during the hearing of Judge Brett Kavanaugh's nomination to the U.S. Supreme Court continued, Senator Tom Tillis stepped up, putting Cory Booker in his place. This comes after Booker tried to embarrass Judge Kavanaugh and failed miserably. But now everyone knows the stunt Cory Booker pulled Thursday morning during the hearing of Judge Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing. Booker, in the most arrogant, ill-advised move ever made by a Democratic senator, purposefully violated Senate rules. Booker knowingly and willingly broke Senate committee rules in a stunningly narcissistic move. He said, "I am releasing committee confidential documents." The New Jersey Democrat posted Kavanaugh's committee documents on racial profiling for the public because he thought they were unclassified. In doing so, he called himself Spartacus, but it turns out it was a big fat nothing burger, as the documents were already released. Senator Tom Tillis participated in a round of questioning and let Booker know exactly what he thought about the stunt he pulled. Tillis explained that the documents had already been released and there was no reason for Booker to do what he did. Right after Booker's circus stunt, Senator Tillis sends him back to clown school. Last night, a request was made by a member of this committee to release files that were deemed confidential by the committee. Our staff stayed up all night complying with the request, and this morning every member of this committee received notification that these files were cleared for public viewing, said Tillis. Tillis continued and put Booker in his place. Every member of this committee had sufficient time to find out these files were released without the theatrics that happened in this chamber today. You could have found out. You didn't need to be Spartacus. You didn't have to invoke civil disobedience because you got what they wanted. Let's take a quick listen.
But I want to talk about the timeline that occurred and then what happened this morning. So at about 9:30 last night, we had an exchange where you were being asked to respond to something that you hadn't seen. We subsequently found out it was because it was committee confidential. And again, I'm not an Ivy School attorney, but I really feel like when you got in 30-point type running diagonally across the page, something that says committee confidential, you probably ought not read verbatim from it. But that's what happened last night. But about 9:30 last night, a request was made to release those documents. That's one of the reasons why I think the staff, because those staff stayed up until about 4 a.m. this morning, talking first with President Bush's people, then talking with the White House and getting it cleared, and they were cleared and in an email box at about 3:15 this morning, 3:30. Now, I don't expect somebody to check their email at 3:15 or 3:30. Maybe some of you do. But certainly, in the 6 hours between the time that email hit your email box and the theatrics that happened on this in this chamber today, you could have actually found out that you didn't have to be Spartacus. You didn't have to go interact with civil disobedience. You got what you wanted. Could have come in here and started out, had a discussion about it if you wanted to, incorporated it into the discussion today. But that would have given you an opportunity to put that in the proper context. So perhaps it wasn't as helpful.
Well, the Democrats already knew that the documents had been declassified. It was all for theatrics. That is all that the left has. They cannot win in the arena of ideas. He wanted the documents to show that the judge was racist, and the documents proved the opposite. What an embarrassment for Booker. His presidential run is now officially over. You think? Yeah, it was just theatrics. But again, like they say here, the Democrats don't have any kind of ideas, any message for the people. Nothing. The only thing they have is attack Trump continuously. So okay, you're attacking Trump continuously. What do you have to offer the people? What kind of ideas that you have going forward? Nothing. And everybody basically now knows that it was all. He wanted to be, maybe he shouldn't run for president. He should run for, acting of some sort, audition, I should say, for acting or something.